Hey guys, welcome back to Flashcasts. We have Flash up here in the top left, and down the bottom right, we have ZeLoT. So should be an excellent game here. I know that everyone loves Flash playing, and I know that everyone loves ZeLoT playing. Definitely two of the more exciting players. And yeah, we're going to be here on Polypoid, cross spawn right now. And I'm interested to see, right? Like, if you have been keeping track of Flash's Terran vs. Zerg, the majority of his games have really been mech switches, I want to say, right? I've casted a lot of them, and that's my feeling, is that, yeah, most of the games have been basically various forms of mech switch, and he's done a lot of them differently here. Well, all that being said, it's going to be a forward 8 racks, so, or it could be a BBS. We'll see in a second here if he sends that secondary SCV. But this SCV ready to get going on that barracks. So this does look like it's going to be a singular 8 racks, which means he'll get gas and go factory afterwards. Now, ZeLoT is a very aggressive player, but that doesn't mean he goes pool first all the time. You know, maybe against lesser ranked players, but if you go pool first against Flash as his barracks and his main, a player of Flash's level is going to probably beat you because of that, right? It's funny, though. It takes so much skill to get to that level. It's like there's only a few Terrans in the world where it's like, oh, you went pool first, you're basically screwed. Anyways, this forward barracks could be a little bit scary, and it looks like the way that Flash is doing this, he's actually creating like a walled area in case there is a Zergling counterattack coming up. It's kind of interesting to see. And we will see his gas being taken in the next 5 seconds, I would say. There it is. Yep. So, yeah, these forward 8 racks builds, we'll see where he makes the factory. I think the factory would be in his main base, but actually as a second SCV comes out, you never know. You want 2 SCVs anyways to be able to help during the attack, but sometimes you see a forward factory. I don't think that's going to be the case. But if you want to go like completely all in, you definitely can do that. So second Marine being made, he checks both these locations. He actually goes up until you should be able to see creep in both locations. Doesn't see creep. He knows that it's cross spawn, which makes it a little bit harder. Third Marine coming out. Generally, you can only make 3 Marines with this to get your factory on time. Now, the drone coming out to scout, and the drone is going to see 2 Marines. So now ZeLoT knows exactly what's going on. Let's see how many drones he pulls. Because, like, to hold this, really, I think you need 7-8 drones pulled. Or you just give it up. So, see, this is a further away bunker. The further away bunker forces the commitment. Okay, ZeLoT looks like he's going to actually give up the hatchery right now. That's what it looks like. Yeah, 1 base layer on the way. He actually does not have a drone on the map or anything like that. He is making Zerglings, but as the bunker finishes, I mean... yeah, doesn't look very good. Does not look very good right now. ZeLoT saving his main base drones. We can get on board with that. It's okay. That's you can play like this. Yeah, Sunkens actually do have longer range than the bunker, but I think there's just too much damage coming in between the 2 SCVs and 4 Marines. Okay, he does go up for this commitment onto the bunker, and Flash pops everything out to target the hatchery. What an exacting play here from Flash. Okay, so he loses the hatchery just barely. If Flash hadn't been attacking with the 2 SCVs the whole time, he actually wouldn't have killed the hatchery. That is, like, Flash barely got that. So I was kind of questioning what I was seeing from ZeLoT, but I see that probably most of the time he saves that. Just barely. That's crazy. I actually really didn't think there was even a close chance. Okay, so you can see now this is a Zergling tight wall from Flash, and this is exactly the type of reason why he did that. If he hadn't done this, this would get very messy very quickly. Now, the Lings come up. He's already got 2 SCVs here. Going to start hitting those Lings. There is a starport on the way, so this will probably turn into 1 starport cloaked wraith, because there is a spire coming up here. Barracks is floating home. What a wild position. In case you're wondering who's winning, it's Flash by a mile. Okay? 1 base Zerg can't do anything. You really need 3 bases as Zerg to be in any sort of position that isn't basically all in. Right? Like, if you're 1 base versus 1 base, it's just... you're not gaining enough value from anything that you can do. 1 geyser just is not scary. Lot of Lings kind of hidden off to a weird place on the side. And a lot more Lings have been made. So ZeLoT looks to me like he wants to go all in here. He actually sets up this sunken, and this will help block the ramp. You see how the Lings are sat here? So, like, if this were like a mass Vulture type build, he would get slammed trying to go up this ramp. So this is very good defensive play, and then he's got all these Lings hidden, about 13 Lings hidden at the top of the map. All right, one Wraith comes out to hunt Overlords, and he is going up towards that cloak, I promise you. That's like a very kind of common older defense against Mutalisks. All right, so Mutas are hatching right now. It's not many Mutas. Like, Mutas beat Wraiths. I said that before, and someone tried to point out to me that they don't. Mutas beat Wraiths, guys. Obviously, there are tactics you can do with the Wraiths. They do have technically a longer attack range. They are quicker than Overlords, and, you know, they are very microable when you're good at them, and obviously Cloak gives you some great tactics that you can utilize. But Flash has to make some turrets here. Speed for his Vultures is on the way, so that's kind of an interesting move as well. So a very, very technical build here from Flash. He has 3 missile turrets up, and yeah, he'll probably stop at 3 Wraiths, but I'm not 100% sure. Like, that, for a very long time, in like 1-1-1 builds, 1 barracks, 1 factory, 1 starport, you would just get 3 Wraiths with Cloak, and it kind of added enough damage to keep the Mutas off your back while you switched into Marines. I don't know if he'll end up doing that, though, because this is 1 base. He can't really switch into anything. And he doesn't fully know what's going on, right? There's no way for him to scout down here and see, like, oh, okay. You know, there's no hatchery on the way. I just have to defend. Although I'm sure right now he's feeling like that. It's hard to afford the hatchery and get this many Mutas as well. Okay, Speed Vulture's running out to try to make a difference. Like I said before, though, this is a very good setup against them. Okay, there's the Cloak. And you see an Overlord coming up here for ZeLoT. This is going to be interesting to see this double-pronged, right? So he goes down. Okay, he saw no hatchery. So I think what happens here is he sees no hatchery. He's like, oh, as long as I hold, I win, right? I think that should be basically how you're looking at this. A second and third turret in this general area coming up. Very quick science vessel. So he's going to go for a Radiate as his kind of like AoE here. Still some Vultures being made. Honestly, against this type of economy, Vultures can kill everything that's being made. Like 1 factory Vulture against one base. All he needs to do is stop the Mutas, and he's got it. Just Vulture production plus stopping Mutas equals win. Some Marines being put out there as well. Good micro there from ZeLoT, of course. The 3 Wraiths fly into that main base. Going to start going after this very limited drone count. The Lings finally being recalled from that area. You know what's kind of funny is he could fly these Wraiths and push the Lings away, but yeah, I guess while you're here and there's nothing stopping you, this is the best play. Now, this is actually an okay idea from ZeLoT, right? He put a lot of damage on the barracks because that's the one thing he could damage, and now he's going to run the Lings in. Oh my god, he loses a... Well, we see here a lot of things going on, right? The Wraiths are actually being picked off a little bit, but the Lings get inside the main base. Is this going to be a surprise ZeLoT win? It actually might be, despite no drones. Like, if you can get all these turrets, look at this. He's on top of them. Oh, they're Radiate. Okay, I think Flash has it now. Like, yeah, obviously there was no drones, but this missile turret count, if you have like 8 full health Mutas, you will break everything eventually. So there's like no unit production at this point. The Lings come out and are trying to battle against the Vultures. You can see this is actually a very important moment. Flash is going to be able to kill all of those, and there's not enough minerals even for a drone at this point. So, yeah, he's not with this much damage on the Mutas. I don't think he's able to break through. Actually turned much closer at the end than I thought it would, and that was him just scouting to see, okay, do you actually have SCVs? Like, what's going on here? That was kind of a wild game. Very cheesy opener there from Flash. Very exacting kill in the hatchery. If he does not get that hatchery, ZeLoT crushes him. Crushes him. And like I said before, if Flash hadn't just been consistently hitting that hatchery the whole time, and remember, actually, ZeLoT lost the first drone that came down to make the sunken. Wow. Like, if that drone hadn't been lost and he had made the sunken, right? I'm remembering this correctly, right? Yeah, we just heard it. See? Look at that. I jumped to literally the exact second that it died. Okay. I'm so great. But, like, this was so exact. Even those few seconds might have made the difference. Okay, wait. Let me just jump back slightly here. Okay, so he was putting full damage on this hatchery, like basically nonstop. ZeLoT waiting till the last possible second to try to run in. And the move from Flash here to pop out. Look at where he pops out, okay? This is crazy. Now, I guess actually if the sunken was quicker, that wouldn't have changed it because it wasn't that much quicker. It would have been like 5-10 seconds quicker maximum. So it wasn't the drone kill exactly. It was the fact that he had the 2 SCVs and the 4 Marines going the whole way, and then he insta-pops this, and the Zerglings were going for surface area. You can see how he brought the Zerglings around the bunker. In retrospect, this is crazy, okay? Because the Marines always pop out of the bottom unless something's there, right? But you want to get good surface area because what will happen is the SCVs will come back and repair the bunker. So what he actually should have done is moved the Zerglings up and attack the front of the bunker because then the Marines pop out back here and can't target. They have a hard time targeting, and then you can kind of attack, move into the Marines because he barely kills this. Watch. See that? That was very close. We have this one's dead. 5 hit points, 5 hit points. If he had attacked the front of the bunker, I think he holds and wins the game. This is one of the slimmest margins I've ever seen. That's crazy, isn't it? Wow. Well, that's Flash execution for you, but honestly, ZeLoT's defense here was so close to perfect. It was just like one step from perfect. And he didn't pull the drones, right? We see so many people pull 7-8 drones and lose a bunch of them, and then Terran's just ahead. He lost, like, well, he did lose the one drone, but that's fine. Okay, anyways, I love seeing games like this. And seeing just how close, how small the decisions are that make the difference. StarCraft is brutal, guys. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.